and welcome to another episode of Project Assemble with my co-host, with myself, Dwayne the Captain Coffee, and co-host Nate from Thwip Media. How you doing, my
Doing
friend?
really well. How are you doing today?
It's catchy. I'm sorry. I'm all good, my friend. I'm all good now. Right, this is gonna be a good episode. This is because I've been looking forward to doing this episode for a very long time. After Madam Web, I had some things to say. Let's say. But yes, how you doing? How you been after your little break after last week? Are you all good?
Yeah, doing well. Just school's ramping up. I spent like 12 hours yesterday on one project, so it's getting busy, but I'm almost done. So, but yeah, other than that, I'm doing well.
Good. That's what I like to hear. That, like I say, your final exams and everything like that coming up?
Just like a bunch of big projects at the end. Like my program doesn't have any exams, so I'm lucky that way. But it's just
Oh, okay.
like multiple projects all at the same time. So it's like just kind of time management kind of thing, but it's working out fine right now.
Good. That's what I like to hear. That, my friend. So right, yes, this is our I'd say discussion, but it might be a bit of a rant, to be honest, of Sony's, I don't know what you want to call it, handling of their Marvel characters and stuff like that sort of thing. But before we get into that, have we got today's icebreaker question?
I do, and it, I guess, kind of fits into, I guess, what we're talking about, kind of just like a general question, but what is a villain you're really looking forward to seeing in the MCU?
Is it one that we know that's coming, or just what any in general
Just in
would like to
general.
see? Myself, with this might be my X-Men brain because obviously today X-Men 97 come out. So myself, the one that I'd really like to see properly in the MCU, and I think he was in Fox's MCU, Fox's X-Men films, but we don't talk about them. But a proper Mr. Sinister.
There you go. That's what I was.
Yeah,
That's what I was hoping
I
for.
literally would love to see a proper Mr. Sinister, like in the cartoons, and I had like action figures of him and everything, and he just looked so good. Just the blue with the things coming off his back, his eyes,
And the rumor is
such a
he's going to be the first one for them.
Oh, is it?
That's the rumor.
Damn! Oh, yes, I'll be very much happy for that. At all, I like the sound of that. So yeah, my one's Mr. Sinister. I'd love to see Mr. Sinister properly done. What about yourself?
Definitely. Well, obviously, I'd say Doctor Doom, but other than that, I'd really like to see. This might be a surprise, but not like a huge big bad. But I want to see Hobgoblin in a movie.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I want to see Hobgoblin in,
that's
like just one of the next Spider-Man movies and be that kind of traumatizing image for Peter after the Green Goblin killed Aunt May and put him through so much in No Way Home. I think having the Hobgoblin would be really cool to kind of push Peter to his mental limit in being able to handle another goblin, And he's just a really scary character,
that would be really... Yeah, that's true. It'd be a really haunting image. Like you just had the Green Goblin, you just fought through all that. So having another goblin to deal with, it'd probably mess him up. And that. So that'd be really interesting. When I got to meet my friend, that's quite nice.
And that's one that, the 90s show, he was a big character in that. And when the movies were coming out at that time, they didn't choose to hop on him at all.
Yeah, which I never understood now. So I know you can have the Green Goblin is the big one sort of thing, but still have that connection with the Hobgoblin as well. That would be such a bleeding good thing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the one that I'd like to see on a smaller scale, but definitely Doctor Doom on a bigger scale. And Mr. Sinister would be awesome too. Like, just an all-time great.
Some of the stuff
villain.
that you could do with him.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff they could do with him now would be such a bleeding good. Oh, so nice that lot. But so I'll let you structure it well because I'll just go into a rant. I can't.
All right. So this is an obviously flawed franchise. It's been evident for years. There's lots of issues, tons of things that need to be fixed. There's some positive things, not many, but there are some. So we're going to be talking about the negatives, the positives, and some potential solutions for Sony's Spider-Man franchise. So starting off with the negatives, I've got the control and logic behind handling the Spider-Man IP. So early 2000s, obviously, they made 3 mostly well-received Spider-Man movies with Sam Raimi and Tobey Maguire. They planned for 4, canceled it last minute. They made 2 mixed-reviewed Spider-Man movies with Mark Webb and Andrew Garfield. Planned for 3, canceled last minute. They made and are in the process of making 3 Venom movies, which the first was fairly received. I personally thought it was okay. The second one was really mixed. I thought it was garbage. And the third release is this year.
This is where I said this is where we'll differ, because I liked, that's one of the highlights of Sony with Venom. I thought 1 and 2 were really good. I didn't have any. I did. I really did. I really liked 1 and 2.
The second one was so short, and it's like you have like 5-second scenes in the entire movie. It's like so chopped up, and it's obvious there's a longer cut of it and a more violent cut. But Carnage like breaking out of Ravencroft, that was a cool scene. But other than that, it's just I did not like it.
You didn't even like the fight scene at the end with him in the church and everything like that.
It was okay. Like it was the visuals, like when he like goes up on the stained glass and he has the blades and then he like launches himself forward. That was cool, but like story wise, it's fine. It's other than that, it's just really hard to watch.
Damn! Like I say, I'm looking. That's one of the good things with Sony on their Spider-Verse bit. I did really enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to the third one. I don't know how they're going to handle it, and if they're going to mention about a bit of him missing, obviously because he went into the good universe.
There were set photos of him in the like T-shirt that he was wearing at the end of No Way Home, and he's back in like the beach area that he was last in at the end of Let There Be Carnage. So maybe it picks up from there, but yeah.
I hope so now, because I hope there'd be some link or connection to say, oh, hang on a minute, I'm not fully all here, and he has to explain why he's maybe weaker or something like that. I'm not too sure, and that sort of thing. But myself, out of all the ones that they've done, obviously apart from like the first 2 Spider-Man films with Tobey Maguire, brilliant. Third one, just
messy.
Went off a cliff. Yeah,
that was one Sony interfered with a ton too, and we can get to that. But
did it? Right, I never knew that.
Because Sam Raimi wanted just Sandman, I think, as the villain, and maybe Mysterio, or was that for the 4th one? But the studio was pushing, we want Venom, we want Venom, we want Venom. So they forced him to add the symbiote story into Spider-Man 3. And yes, you got a lot of iconic moments out of it, like him waking up and he's in the black
memes
suit,
as well.
The music, the memes too, Bully Maguire. But yeah, that was all studio forced on Spider-Man 3.
I never knew that. Okay, that's fair play then. But yeah, the Andrew Garfield ones could not stand. Just did not. Nothing for me. He was better. He was a better Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield was in No Way Home than his original 2 films.
The highlights for that series was the chemistry between him and Gwen.
Yes, that was good. Not
the swinging sequences were really well done too. Like at the beginning of the Amazing Spider-Man 2, that opening swinging scene, that is so cool.
Yeah,
it looks good. Yeah. Like Amazing Spider-Man 1's okay. Amazing Spider-Man 2 is bad, but it's like entertaining to watch for me. I don't know why.
Okay.
Like it's like it's bad, but I can watch it and still think like, this is cool at the same time.
The best thing about them 2 films myself was Gwen Stacy's death. I think they did that so nicely. They really did. The whole like little hand trying to reach her, and then it does. It snaps the neck.
That was really good.
That whole sequence, brilliant. The rest of it, I just can't watch. Cannot watch to save my life that long. So yeah, But yeah, the best of the three, Venom myself. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they do
I
for
don't know what they
the third
could do.
Venom.
They've
But
already done Carnage. They did Riot.
well, yeah,
I know there's a lot of other. Well, they tease. Oh, what was it? Was it the cop in Venom 2?
yeah, the main, yeah, because he gets the symbiote in
He
him.
becomes
I can't think
Toxin.
what that symbiote would be.
I think
Toxin,
it's
that was
Toxin.
it.
But like, what are you gonna do with him?
Yeah, exactly.
How
I
can he
don't,
be more of a
I
threat
don't.
than Carnage is for the finale to this trilogy?
Yeah,
Like,
if you're gonna have, I didn't realize the third one was coming out until I started seeing pictures and stuff like that, promotional stuff. So if you was gonna make a third film, why didn't you switch the two? You have Toxic for the second one, and then end on the biggest, nastiest one for
yeah.
me for the third. You'd have Carnage for the third straight away. So yeah, that's a whole nother. I'll let you carry on. There's some of my negatives gone anyway.
All right. So we talked about Venom. Then they made Morbius. Huge embarrassment for Sony. It was made fun of by everyone. I have never seen it and I don't plan on it because that's just a waste of time. It made $167 million worldwide, and the only reason it was that high is because of people hate watching it to make fun of it and for the memes. That was the only reason
Yeah,
people saw it. Like the It's Morbin time, all that. That's the only reason people saw it.
I said the only thing, like, it's one of my positives that Sony have done right, with like Morbius as well, a lot, is how he looks. Morbius, as he's turned into Morbius, I think he looks really nice. That's literally the only good thing I could say about it, sort of thing. Like his face, it's just he's like a whole presence about him that looks good. Like in Flying, looks a bit stupid. That lot, and the whole film in general is just terrible. But himself, the figure himself, does look good. But and I can say a lot out as well with Madam Web, but we'll get to that.
This is another thing I completely forgot to include in this, but I just thought of it. When I think it was after the Oscars and Michael Keaton is being interviewed, someone asked him about, like, what was Sony's plan with your post-credit scene in Morbius? And he was like, I have no idea. And they had no idea.
Yeah.
What does that tell you about
exactly
the minds behind this universe? They had no idea why they included Vulture in there at all. Michael Keaton didn't even know what he was doing there. What does that tell you?
Exactly. They just thought, oh yeah, but people are changing in different universes, so we'll just pick that villain and we'll just have him revere for 5 seconds. Yeah, but what's your end goal? Where
There's
is that
no
going to
reason
lead
for
to?
it.
It's nothing. No, there isn't. There isn't at all, not a lot. And if they're going to try and make a Sinister Six, myself, I've never seen Bleeding Morbius in
I haven't
a
seen
Sinister Six.
Yeah.
At all.
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
So now on to Madam Web. It's the 13th worst comic book movie of all time. It's tied with Batman and Robin and Jonah Hex, which are notoriously bad movies. Again, I haven't seen this one. I don't plan on it. So far, it's made $97 million worldwide, which is not great at all.
Jesus.
It passed its budget
I didn't
of
realize.
$80 million. I think I have the tab open. Yeah, budget was 80, and it's made 97 worldwide. But still, for a comic book movie, that is really low.
Right.
So,
Let me get into Madam Web. The only good things that film had was there was a future scene. Spoilers, because you've probably seen it by now and ripped the shit out of it. Spoilers. The 3 girls that played the Spider Women, their costumes, fantastic.
That's
Looked
the only thing I've
perfect.
seen that people have talked about that's good in the movie.
That probably in the first
2 minutes?
15, 20 minutes of the film. Yeah. It comes in the first 15, 20 minutes of the film. There's a fight sequence that's about 2-3 minutes, and then you are never seeing them in that costume or anything again. It is so chopped up. The dialogue is so corny and stupid. The action sequences, it doesn't even really make sense in half of it. The storyline is ridiculous. Oh, I've never sat in a film and been so wound up in my life with it. It is just terrible. Terrible film.
And another major reason why people were seeing this is for Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah,
Like those people
and
that are,
myself,
horny and trying to watch that kind of
yeah,
stuff.
and it's just they weren't even good in it.
You can see it when Dakota
Just
Johnson is promoting
nothing.
the movie. She does not care at all. And she's
No,
even,
no.
I think it was after it came out and all the reviews were negative. She was like, "Yeah, I didn't want to be a part of this." And Sony was like, "Hey, you can't do that." Like she
But
got backlash from that for saying, "Yeah, this movie is not good." And then they were like, "Yeah, you can't say that."
yeah, but she's telling the truth because she knows how terrible it bleeding is. She's looking at it going, why the hell did I think of doing this? I like a lot of them, like I've put in my notes as well. There was, I think, 2 or 3 people that thought it was actually in the proper MCU when they were signing up for some of these films and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. I think it was Sydney Sweeney when she was asked how does it feel to be a superhero now, and she said, "Yeah, it's like so good to be a part of that universe now." And I'm just thinking,
Hello, Res Talk review that lot. How you doing, my friend? That lot. Glad you're here, and yeah, we're just ripping into Sony and Marvel. So yeah,
but yeah, like
yeah. Carry on. Sorry.
she didn't even know what universe she was
No.
flying into, and as soon as I saw it, I was like, "You are in for a treat." Like
It's like as well.
it's
I know him from wrestling. I didn't really listen to his music, but Bad Bunny was supposed to be doing
I was
a
gonna get to
Marvel
that.
film. That
I was
lot.
gonna get to
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
he was going to do a Marvel film, and it was like
El
what
Muerto.
the Alberta, yeah, and it was like a Mexican thing, and I thought, oh yeah, brilliant, yeah, bring Bad Bunny in, it'd be brilliant. But he thought he was in the proper MCU as well, and it was
And
just they got no.
that
Oh,
project was like, we'll get to it again, but this project was canceled. He's no longer attached to it, and now they're kind of trying to revive it somehow. I don't like. We'll get
I,
to the more specifics of it later on, but the decision making is doesn't make any
it is.
sense.
It's just atrocious that lot. And like I said with Madam Web as well, the cutting. I've never like even with Ezekiel, the bad guy, he's talking, but it sounds like
Yeah,
one his voice is dubbed, like
it is.
it's like somebody else is talking over him. It is dubbed.
Yep, I saw that. Like,
I
they
knew
had
it.
so
I
many
knew it.
issues. They had to do ADR and like replace audio, and when they're trying to avoid an obvious cut, they cut to someone else's reaction in the scene,
Yeah.
and it's like it makes no sense.
Countless times, honestly, countless times when there was cuttings from different people, it was like I was watching a '90s version of Raw, WWE. Honestly, there was that many cuts, I could not concentrate. It would make I had to physically look away at one point because I was getting sick. I was getting motion sickness because it was constantly cutting. I have never felt that in a film before in my life. I'm literally looking at Eleanor and I'm like, "You got to tell me what happens in a minute because I can't watch it." Honestly, it's bad. It is
I
so bad.
When I saw
And
Dune 2 a few weeks ago, when I was leaving that, there was a showing of Madame Web starting, and I could hear like things like as I was walking past, I could hear that the movie was starting, and like you hear like the dialogue because I was waiting for my dad to get out of the bathroom, but like you hear the dialogue and it's like so like cut like so like close together. There's no like breathing room for any like speech to kind of like like just last and be able to actually understand what they're saying. I don't understand how like they canceled Batgirl because that was a unreleasable movie. How did they let this release
exactly.
in theaters?
No, I've never as well seen a film where I've seen at least I think 2 or 3 people leave within the first half hour of it,
Really?
and they just gone. They just went. I went on the opening day on Valentine's Day, and it was nearly empty. You had probably 15, 20 people maybe in it in a big cinema, and like 3 of them just walked out after the first half hour. I've never seen a film where people have walked out from it. Like I sat all the way through it, even to like, see if there's any post-credit scene or anything like that. And oh, what was it?
Is there actually a scene?
I think so. It was something stupid. Like I think they. Oh no, I don't think there was actually. I don't think there was a post-credit scene like that because the whole audience that was there had a massive like, oh my lord! So it was a massive groan at the end of it. And honestly, I just. Oh. oh, it was one of the worst films I've seen. That I've always said that ties it with Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and
Really?
Eternals. Them three, them three are the worst three films I've ever seen. That because I couldn't watch it. Black Panther because I fell asleep twice in two different showings of it because I just got bored of it. And Eternals again was just storyline was just ridiculous and just terrible. So yeah, I just
Wow. Okay.
I lost this. Res taught us. I have the impression that Dakota's agent lied to her about the Madam Web film. Yes, he must have done that, because honest to God, it was just
She didn't even know
so
anything
bad.
about the character
Yeah,
going into it. Like, yeah, she researched it, but it was
yeah,
like the story was nothing like what her character is.
no, not at all. Not lot. And for me, when you see Madam Web, I've always known her old girl in a chair,
Yeah.
the web, the spider web behind her, and she's always like saying cryptic stuff to him, saying, "Oh, watch this," and sort of thing. That's the Madam Web I know. Now, if they got an older woman, older actress to do it, it'd have been absolutely perfect. But oh no, just no. I don't see it. Nobody see it unless you can see it for free somewhere on the telly. That's when you wait to see it. Because honestly, no.
Yeah. So they made Madam Web. They made Craven the Hunter, which is releasing later this year. It doesn't look great. Um, like I don't know what they're planning to do with that. Like I can see this.
So are they trying to make him another
That's what I was
anti-hero
about
or
to get
something?
to. They're trying to. I could see this being like the end of Morbius. They have a stupid post-credit scene that somehow teases like a team forming with all these villains. Um, like I could see that happening for Craven, and I honestly don't know what this can do. Like obviously they tease Rhino's the villain. Like I don't know like what they're gonna do with that. Chameleon's in it, and I don't know what is actually gonna happen out of this movie. Like what is their end goal when this and Venom 3 release? Because as far as I know, that's all they've got planned right now. So what are they gonna do after? Well, they've got
Please, nothing.
El Muerto, I guess, but not officially.
Well, yeah. Like I say, in one of my points, I know that I've heard something somewhere like that they have to do a Spider adjacent film like each year or each other year to keep the like rights to Spider-Man. If this is it, if this is the last year of them, please, Lord Almighty, Disney, just throw cash at them and just go. We'll just take them off your hands and we'll make better films. We'll add them into the MCU somewhere, and we'll just do better. Just leave it alone and we'll sort it out. Please, I'm begging them. They've got the money. It's Disney. They're
Yeah.
not going to be short of a few quid. I know you've just bought Fox and everything. Well, they bought Fox ages ago, but you've got Fox's universe of stuff coming in. I'm sure they can just take Sony's with Marvel. Surely.
And there was that period, I think, after Far From Home came out. I think it wasn't long after Far From Home came out. There was a huge report that scared the shit out of everyone that Marvel Studios was no longer allowed to use Spider-Man in the MCU. And Tom Holland and Bob Iger fought to get him back in the MCU.
Oh damn! I didn't realize that.
You didn't?
Damn.
Okay,
Was
so
that because? No, I didn't realize that. Was that like a contract situation between them then, or something? Or
it was like Sony. It was something with Sony wanting the full rights with no collaborations with Marvel Studios or something like that. Because they had him in Civil War, they had him in Infinity War, Endgame, and Far From Home. And Far From Home ended on the cliffhanger with his identity being revealed to the world. And like after that, they said no more. And
really?
Tom Holland and Bob Iger were like, "What? You can't do that." And they
No,
fought
of course
for
not.
Sony to negotiate with Marvel Studios to be able to still continue making those movies.
They ain't got a clue. They have not got the slightest clue.
Nope.
Anything. It's just so frustrating.
So
So
the main issue with these movies, they're making movies on characters that don't need their own movies, or they're just like no one knows who they are. Why did we need a Morbius movie? Why do we need to make a Kraven the Hunter movie? Just put them in a Spider-Man movie. And the main commonality in all these is that they're turning villains into anti-heroes that don't have Spider-Man in them. How does that make
It
sense
just
for a
makes sense.
Spider-Man universe
Like,
to not have a Spider-Man taking these villains and turning them into the heroes? How does that make any sense?
I can understand it with Venom because Venom has got that sort
I
of side
guess
of him where you can sort of do it, sort of thing. There's that part,
he's famous for
but
being the villain.
not with Craven. Oh yeah, 100%. He's famous for being the villain all day long. But you have got like his own individual stories and stuff like that where he is an
Yeah.
anti-hero sort of thing. So I do get it from Venom's side, but not Craven that lot. And nobody knew what the hell Madam Web was going to be in that lot. So you just don't need that. You don't need it at all. Like I've put in my notes now, like, similar to what you said. I was like, there's just no cohesive between anything. They've just got a character and just gone, yeah, that'll do. We'll just make some story around it, and we'll just, yeah, they'll rake in the millions. Well, yeah, it might do, but you're only just going to break budget.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm dreading. I'm absolutely again. I've got to see it. I can't help it. I've got to see it. Craven and Venom 3, but I, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to expect at all in that lot, and it's.
I'd say from now on, go in with zero expectations, because you can't expect anything from them. And
It's literally what I did with Madam Web. Literally what I did with Madam Web. I went in there and I was like, God knows what they're going to do, but the three. My first thought was, God knows what they're going to do, but the three girls that's dressed up as Spider Women, they look brilliant. See if they work something from that. And then I saw them for 2-3 minutes and never seen them again. And yeah, that just made me even more
yeah,
angry.
and like you said with Venom, that one it does kind of work because like you said, he is an anti-hero in some cases, but it's impossible to do him properly without Spider-Man. Like he's super important to Spider-Man's story, and it makes no sense to have him and Carnage with no Spider-Man.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They always work better together. Always. Every single time. You can have them two fighting amongst themselves and Spider-Man comes and stops it. It just stops the carnage. You could even have him as like you see in Spider-Man 2, you have the
Yeah.
anti-venom suit. And then you stop both of them dead right there. With them not having their own Spider-Man just does not work and everything like if they had like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man or even Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, you have one of them in it, it makes
Yeah.
sense because it can be like their versions of Spider-Man that lot. But you got nothing, got absolutely nothing.
And like Venom, like the whole reason Venom hates Spider-Man is because Peter rejected the symbiote, and tied that with Eddie Brock's hatred for Peter Parker in some cases. He's a villain for Spider-Man. That's what makes him Venom, is that he's the complete opposite of Spider-Man, and Carnage comes out of that too. And there's a whole story with them, like Maximum Carnage. But how do you do Venom? Like 3 Venom movies. You've already done Riot.
Yeah.
You've done Carnage. Like the other options are like very unknown. Like there's not a lot of other known symbiotes you can do to make a huge finale with for the end of his trilogy, and you still have no Spider-Man.
No, exactly.
They almost had it at the end of Venom 2. They could have had Tom Holland, but they didn't. They rejected that.
No. Yeah, and they just no, put him back in his own universe. Leave a bit of Venom in the MCU and that lot. They can just do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
It just
Doesn't make any sense.
So frustrating.
So
it's just so frustrating.
The next point I had is Amy Pascal's control. So Amy Pascal is the co-chair of Sony Pictures. She has fought with Kevin Feige before over Spider-Man collaborations. She has the final say on everything, and she either needs to step down or realize she is making very bad decisions. Like, there's no way that she's making decisions on these movies with a good, like, business mind and, like knowledge of the characters.
Now, myself, I never knew anything about that. That's all you're in, because I never knew anything that sort of thing. But if she's making these sort of decisions, surely she's got to realise these films are being absolutely slated and destroyed. why would you carry on trying to push that? It just makes no
Yeah.
sense to me in that line. You've just got to go, right, just hand full control over to Kevin Feige or get somebody else in role, and don't push the money side of it. Basically, to me, it just sounds like she's just thinking about the money and just go here, bang all these here. It should bring out perfect.
Yeah.
And she ain't got a clue. She has not got a clue.
And she's taking advantage of the multiverse to make more money for Sony. Like,
Yeah,
obviously, the Spider-Verse movies are making money. No Way Home made almost $2 billion. And now she's like, everything needs to have the multiverse and callbacks to past movies because people want to see it to make money. That's not the way to do this. You need to make good stories, not just fan service.
yeah, exactly that lot. And like that, I'd probably get on to talking it, but another good thing is one and a half of the film of the Enter the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. They're good. I do appreciate that
Yeah,
animation and
definitely.
them films a lot, apart from the ending of the second one, but we'll get to the ending of the second one. It's just, yeah. But they're good. They've done that perfectly in that lot. And cause I swear I've read somewhere as well that, what's his name?
Yeah, I saw
Nicolas
that.
Cage is going to do some sort of,
Spider-Man Noir
what is it?
TV
Spider-Man
show.
Noir
Yep.
series. Why?
Well, they're
How?
doing that. They're doing Spider-Man Noir. They're doing Silk. They're doing... I think there was another one. I forget exactly what it was, but they're developing those with Amazon, I think. And, like, I get there's an appeal to Spider-Man Noir because he's an iconic character
Yeah.
from Into the Spider-Verse, but what are you going to do with that?
So where are you going to go from it? What's the story going to be about? I just don't understand why they're pushing and persisting with this sort of stuff. Is that going to be another way they can keep the rights?
Maybe.
Because oh yeah, we're not going to make films anymore. We'll just do these series. Why?
And, like, back to Amy Pascal and Sony and Marvel Studios, like I mentioned this before, but they've been fighting with Marvel Studios to make Spider-Man 4 a multiverse movie and bring back Tobey and Andrew again
Yeah.
to make more money because, yes, it would make tons of money, but there's a line between fan service and good storytelling. Like, you can make a movie with all of them coming back, and the way it worked in No Way Home was perfect. Like, the only reason they came into it was because they honored the past movies, but also they guided Tom in the movie. Like, he was in a dark spot and he needed the other Spider-Man to inspire him and push him to the like you need to step up. This happens because you are Spider-Man, and this is what you need to do. Do it and don't cross the line. That's why it worked in No Way Home. If they do it again, it's just gonna be like it's a play date for them. Like, what are you gonna do?
What you two? Yeah. What you two? Yeah. What you two doing back in here? A lot. I say if they did it again with Marvel and have it as because I've seen reports of them supposed to be coming into Secret Wars, that probably would make sense. I could
Yeah, for
understand
that,
that.
yes, but not a
But it's not going to
Spider-Man
be.
movie.
Yeah, it's not as a Spider-Man movie at all. Not. But if you had it with Secret Wars and like you have all the Fox characters, you have them, you just have everybody. That would be an epic film. Like, probably similar sort of level as Bleeding
Yeah,
Infinity War and Endgame, but not as their own thing. No way is their own thing.
doesn't make any sense. And this is the part that I don't know if you know about these, but they're really diving into these 4 characters to make movies for them. The first one is a Dr. Octopus origin movie.
Oh, for
Why?
God's sake!
Why?
No, I didn't know.
All I've got to say about that is
I didn't
no.
know about this.
The other one,
No. Spider-Man in it? Yeah, he put Spider-Man in it all day long, like the Bleeding Game did, but not as his own thing. Again.
yeah, we can have
Oh.
Doc Ock and Spider-Man in the games and the shows and all that, but not in the movies. No. Keep Spider-Man out of the Dr. Octopus movie. But also, why? Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
The other one,
Oh God, if that
the
one's
other
bad,
one is
God, then
Mysterio.
Jesus.
The other one is El
Christ.
Muerto, and yeah, we already kind of knew about that one because Bad Bunny was attached to it, but they shelved it and he's no longer attached to it, and apparently they're trying to revive it. And this character has only appeared in one Spider-Man related thing, one comic.
Yeah.
That was it. And they're making a movie about him.
I said nobody will know about him. Nobody will know about him at all. They'll take the mick out of him because they'll think it's bleeding Crossbones, bleeding Macho Man in the first bleeding film.
Now,
It'll just be another
if you
wrestler
thought
like
that was crazy, I don't know if this is still happening, but they were planning one for a character called the Hypno Hustler, with Donald Glover attached to play the character. This was a character from,
yes,
I think, the
El
70s.
Muerto, yes. Res Talks, yes, El Muerto, yeah.
But for Hypno Hustler, I think this is a character that appeared back in the 70s, and it's like, I'll try to share my screen on your stream. Hypno Hustler. This is, I don't understand
I've never even heard
so
of him.
his power, just so you know, hypnosis via his specialized guitar. Let me find a picture.
Oh, Christ. Oh, Christ.
Okay, here we go. You ready?
Oh,
Everyone watching, you ready?
oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, dear.
Okay, here we go. Everyone on my
Go
stream,
on.
you won't see this, but on
You ready?
yours, you will. It's sharing.
Go
I'm
on.
gonna add it. This is the Hypno Hustler.
What?
Look at that scary
Oh, my
Spider-Man
Lord,
villain
that's
right
so
there.
bad. Oh, oh,
And
Christ. No way.
this is, as of 2022, this was an actual thing.
No. No way.
So yeah,
Oh, I'm crying. That's brilliant. Oh, my Lord. No, please, God, no. No.
I can't see how
Oh,
that.
Jesus.
Yeah, I see the comment, Res Talk. That's exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
Doesn't make any
Oh,
sense.
crying. That's so funny. No. Oh.
What is happening, Sony?
Yeah, why? I'm begging you, just give Mark, just give these. I'm sorry, losing it. I can't.
So
Oh, give Disney.
this is what.
Just give it Disney.
If anyone
Just,
from Sony is watching, you need
yeah, please, just.
you need a reality check. Your universe is not working. Stop. You need to work with Marvel Studios, who made you over $1 billion for No Way Home, or just hand over the rights.
In one film.
At this
One
point,
film.
you're losing more than you're winning. Like, it makes no sense why they're continuing to put the time and money into making these movies that are not performing.
It's just wrong. It really is wrong. Somebody surely must know it's not working out for
And
them.
you have to feel
Surely
bad for the
not. They
people
can't-
involved with making these. People are putting life's work, like, and time into this. It takes over a year to make a movie like this. And all of that for this.
Surely people must realise that they're getting slated. Like, if I was a writer or a director or something like one of these films, I would hate to have my name associated with one of these. 100%. I'd quit. I'd absolutely quit and go into hiding, because I wouldn't want my name associated with some of it like this. Not a chance.
It's just so embarrassing for them, man. Like, when you look at the slate this year for comic book movies, you've got Deadpool 3, Kraven the Hunter, I guess Madam Web, and Venom the Last Dance. That is it. For Marvel, at least. For Marvel.
No, hang on. They've actually called it that.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, that's the title for Venom 3.
I thought
Nope.
that was a joke. Oh,
That's
come
another
off it.
Sony thing right there. Venom the Last Dance.
What have they done? They played Spider-Man 2, and then they've just had that line between Norman Osborn and Doc Ock at the end. They
final
say Last
chapter
Dance, didn't
is
they?
what
That
they
lot,
say.
but they just the whole
But-
final chapter, yeah. So they had that. I thought, oh, what can we have something similar to that? Oh yeah, Last Dance will do it.
So yeah, Venom's going back to the club
Oh
in
my
this one and having a
lord!
good time, and with the
Yeah.
neon and glow sticks and yeah.
Oh, Jesus wept. I didn't realise that. I thought that was a joke.
Nope, it's official.
I honestly thought that was a joke. That's bad.
That's
That is
the problem.
terrible.
That's the problem. They think this is this is awesome, Venom the Last Dance, and everyone's like, yeah, right. Like there's no way, but it's true.
No. Jeez. How can you get like Venom? Yeah, bog standard name. Okay, I can do that. Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Brilliant name.
It
Yeah,
should have
really,
been called
really
Maximum
eye-catching.
Carnage, but
Oh yeah, definitely. If you go into the comics, 100% should be called Maximum Carnage. But then you go from that to The Last Dance. Who in their right mind thought, yeah, bang that on the title, that'd be brilliant, that will.
they had a whiteboard, they had that written down, and they're like, yeah, that's the only one we've got. Let's go with it.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe that. I can't believe you just said that.
So that's what I've got for the negatives. Yeah, like I said, at this point they're losing more than they're winning. They need direction of some kind. They need something, and we'll get more to that later. But yeah, I've got a couple positives if you want to move on to that.
I would say some of my negatives like you see, you pretty much said it all now, like, but it's just some of the storytelling as well in that lot. Like, I know you're probably pointing to the positives in that lot, but who thought to have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse as not as a part one?
Well, it is, but they didn't market it that way.
And just leave it as they should have done that. They should have done, because the ending to that film, I hated it, absolutely hated it in that lot, because I was expecting something different. I was expecting like a big climatic
Like a
thing in that
definitive
lot.
end.
And how they just stopped it, and how they just stopped it like that was so abrupt and ridiculous. I was like, no, they can do good like that, but the storytelling, some of the animation as well and stuff like that sort of thing. In Madam Web was just atrocious for animation and special effects and stuff like that. Again, Morbius just ridiculous for that sort of crap as well. And that lot. Venom was all right. I 100% didn't mind Venom's animation and stuff like that sort of thing. With the Andrew Garfield one as well, where he's fighting the Rhino.
That was really good.
Why end it like that as well? No.
What?
No.
That was really good.
No.
That was in the period of
If
time where you
Rhino,
had in the Winter Soldier the whole helicarrier fight, and that looked really good. That was within a month of release within the two. That was I think the effects in Amazing Spider-Man 2 for the most part were really good, and the Rhino fight actually looked pretty good. Well, the fight of what we saw from it, the start of the fight. But I thought it looked good.
No, that frustrated me. That bit again, he's about to swing that into his face and they cut it. Oh, you want to see a fight with a Rhino? I've never seen a fight with a Rhino in any medium like this on here. You want to see it all the way through, not just cut it like that. It's so frustrating.
And that now that you brought it up, another thing, like when they canceled the third one, that was just before I think Andrew Garfield had to cancel his appearance at Comic-Con somewhere, and they were about to announce the third one, and because he couldn't make it, they said, you know what? No.
What?
I think he had an emergency
Seriously?
or something, and he couldn't make it, and then because of that, they canceled the third movie.
Jeez, webs. What's Raza say? To avoid losing the rights to Marvel characters, Sony must make at least one film per year, and believe me, they won't stop. Yeah, there's literally what we said now, like, and it wouldn't surprise me if they won't. They really won't. Like, for me, if they're going to do something like that, they're going to just continue. Like you said, I didn't realise they were doing it with Amazon like that. So I think if this year they're going to have these last films, and then they'll just make them on Amazon. Yeah, we've still got the rights to doing this.
they just start milking the heck out of the Spider-Verse like movies. Like I know they're
Yeah,
planning spin-offs for that too. Like
yeah,
that's their caveat. They've got the Spider-Verse movies
yeah.
performing. They're gonna make a Spider-Woman movie, like a um, like off the most random spider people, just to keep the rights.
The problem with completing
Probably
Spider-Ham one. The
that
problem is
one
something
would
like that.
probably be a
Yeah,
hit
just
with
have an
children. That would
animation of
probably be
Spider-Man.
a hit.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But
Oh no. Yeah, go on to the positives because I could be here all day talking
all
about
right.
this and ripping this
So
to pieces because
positives
it's
are the Insomniac games and the Spider-Verse franchise. So obviously they
yes,
own the film
yes,
rights to Spider-Man. Marvel Games and Sony work together for the Spider-Man game franchise, but they're still under the Sony name. So Insomniac develops the games for Sony. They've done 3 games so far. All have been massive hits. They've revolutionized the PlayStation business and the console development. Like the PS5 was made specifically so it could handle Spider-Man 2. And you can
mm.
definitely see it. Like I've been replaying it in New
Oh
Game
yeah.
Plus. Some of the best game mechanics of a game I've ever played. It's some of the best
Honestly,
Spider-Man
just
content. Like unbelievable.
sort of like when you can really whip around when on the webs and that, like the big loop and that,
Yeah.
you can feel like the tension and that, like it just it's so good, so good. Like you can do something like that so well.
But again, it's like not Sony Pictures involved. So Amy Pascal has no say in this at all. So you can see the line
Mm.
there. You see the movies, what she's in charge in.
Yeah,
No, the games and everything else is performing really well. And I guess she does have a say in the
yeah,
Spider-Verse movies because that's still Sony Pictures, but
yeah,
you have creative minds behind those movies. Like, I'll get to it, but Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who produced each one, they were the minds behind the Lego movie and a bunch of other different movies, but they have been Oscar nominated writers and directors in charge of these movies, and both of them were nominated. Into the Spider-Verse won the Oscar, but Across the Spider-Verse was nominated, and that tells you when you have minds behind like a project like this and this franchise, it will like work out for you, and you don't have that in the live action movies.
not at all. It just needs somebody that knows the product
Yeah,
so much better and just can run it so much better as well. Not like you just if you have sheer direction where you want to go with something that lot, a sheer path you can follow, you make bleeding millions that lot. And it'd be fantastic that lot. I've always said, Into the Spider Verse, brilliant. No faults with that at all. And I really enjoyed it. Across the Spider Verse should have been called Part One for me, but again, 95% of that film, fantastic and a lot. Apart from the ending, like I can't wait for the third film, whatever that's going to be, or whenever that's going to be.
yeah,
Probably like next year, the year after. But that I can't wait for. But it's just you need somebody that like cherishes the product, knows what they're doing properly, and is not always thinking about money. He's thinking about the story and how it's
yeah.
driven like that.
How do we honor the character in a way that people are going to appreciate and want to see? That's the thing that should be going through their heads.
Exactly.
And like with the Spider-Verse movies, those have revolutionized animation in general. Like it's inspired so many other animators and filmmakers to push themselves to that point. Because it took them years to animate Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse. And with all the different styles they have in them, it's like unbelievable the amount of time and effort people have put into those and will put into the third movie. Because they're going to
Yeah.
go all out with that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Of course.
So yeah, I love that franchise. I can't wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse. And I'm really hoping that they continue in the same, direction that they've had up to this point because they need it. Because Into and Across are considered some of the best animated movies and just movies in
Yeah.
general of all time. If the third one fumbles the ball, it's a messed up trilogy.
Oh yeah, yeah. They need to end it strong.
Yeah.
Like myself, I think they fumbled it with that end of the second film. But if they can pick it up better and finish it off, Be a fantastic trilogy, absolutely fantastic trilogy. That lot, especially for animation. That lot, I won't be able to slate it at all. All in all, together, brilliant. I could watch them all day long. That lot, but they need to get the ending right. If they don't get that ending right, and then if they spoil it as well by doing these spin-offs and stuff like that sort of thing, if they try and rewrite something or like mess something up with them and that lot, or not have the same person playing them or
Yeah.
something like that, it'll just ruin the legacy of the film and that lot, and it just won't sit well. Wouldn't sit well with me that lot.
Yeah, I can't see it sitting well with anyone. Like, the amount of weight this movie has on its shoulders to deliver on this like epic story for like the past two movies, it has a lot to deliver on. So hopefully it lands it. So that's all the positives I had. Was just the Insomniac games and the Spider-Verse movies.
That's it. The only other positive that I've got on my end of that lot, and this includes like Tobey Maguire's film and Andrew Garfield's film as well, is the suits and how the costumes do look in that lot. Like I always, because it's the last film that I've watched from Sony, the Madam Web. The three girls dressed up as the Spider Women looked absolutely amazing. You could literally, I think they had a position. One of the girls wanted to specifically be hung upside down because that's how she was in the comics. Literally, you could literally put them side by side and go, that is literally picked out from the comics. That lot. I'd say I was quite a big fan of how Morbius looked, his face and eyes and everything. I thought they did that really well. Venom and Carnage, they look really good in that lot, and how hulking and big they are costume wise again look fantastic and everything. Again, across the Spider Verse, the animation, the costumes and that lot, you'd like.
Unbelievable.
Especially in that second film, especially in that second film, you look behind, so many bombastic Bagman, the T Rex, Spider T Rex, the Cowboy Spy one, yeah. No, I hope they look good. The girls, come on now, Raz, let's keep it PG, son.
That again. So this proves.
Yeah.
These are the kind of people that went to see Madam Web. That's the only reason they saw it. And that's not like a shot at you, Rez Talk, but there are people out there that saw the movie solely because of Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah. Oh Christ, I'm crying. But yeah, the costume, like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man costume, absolutely outstanding.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
But
the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the first one sucked. I hate the yellow eyes. I hate that.
I don't know. Oh, really? I quite liked the yellow eyes.
They're too small,
I did quite like that,
I don't like the yellow.
I'd admit, costume-wise for both of them, I did look good. Just for Spider-Man. Well, we don't talk about bleeding Green Goblin or whatever Piggin was and that lot, and Electro, and no, we don't talk about them. But Spider-Man self costume looked brilliant that lot. You look at the pictures as well for Craven himself. Definitely looks like Craven that lot. He's got the presence and the costume himself looks brilliant that lot. No, go on. There's some eating away at you. I know there is. Come on.
The look, kind of. Like on the poster, okay, he's got the lion coat. He's got like the spear. He's got all that. That looks okay. What you see in the trailer, it's like a stealth suit. It looks like it's like all out of leather. It's like covering his entire body. It doesn't look like Craven. And he's also not Russian. His family's Russian. He doesn't have the accent.
What? Seriously? Okay, right. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
You hear him talk in the trailer, and he's not Russian.
So I'm going to have to go back and watch the trailer again because I can't remember anything about the trailer at all in that lot. But right, okay, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, so like Russell Crowe does a really good who plays Craven's father in this. He does a really good Russian accent. He could be the voice of Craven. But again, like, how does he go from playing Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder, which is one of the worst MCU movies, to playing Craven's father in Kraven the Hunter, which is probably going to be garbage? Is he just picking up random movies now and saying, yeah, whatever?
He's got to be. He must be desperate or something. It's like, yeah, I'll have that one. I'll have that one as well. That's just like, yeah. But now, yeah, that was the only other positive that I could say. Is that the costume design do look fantastic now. So, well, with the majority of the main characters, apart from like Madam Web and the villains from Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah. So,
but majority wise, costumes, yeah, I can't really say anything bad about it because they do look good. They're really doing that, and I've like I say, the games as well. Now the games have been fantastic for so long, and I can't wait for the last one to come out. Cannot wait for the last one to come out. Was that? He was also the father of Superman. We must. He
was
forget.
really good as Jor-El. He was really good.
We don't talk about. We don't talk about DC on this channel.
I'm a fan of DC too, though. So, but yeah, he was really good in Man of Steel.
That's you can. No, I can't.
He's just the father of every superhero or character.
Yeah. He's just going around going, "I'll be that dad. I'll be that dad," and who's just no.
So
no. Yeah, that's
so the
all
next
I've
section
got,
I've got, it's going to be brief, are the solutions for what Sony can do. And the main one is that the film rights need to be handed over to Marvel Studios or someone with a vision that needs to be in control at Sony. Like, you can't just greenlight projects for random characters and completely alter who they are as characters without Spider-Man. And Marvel Studios has clearly shown that they can tell a cohesive story. What's this?
So, oops, the wrong channel. Don't worry, Raz. You're all good. You're all good, man. Don't worry. We're just playing. You're good.
So, yeah, Marvel Studios has shown that they can tell a cohesive story with multiple characters. How has that not been a thought for Sony? Like, if they want the money from this iconic character and his universe, then work with the people that know how to tell these stories and build a universe around these characters. You want the Sinister Six, do it with Marvel Studios. You want a Spider-Man 2099 movie, do it with Marvel Studios. You want anything with Spider-Man's characters and his universe, do it with Marvel Studios. And Sony has shown they know what to do with the games and movies, or the Spider-Verse movies. I think they're great, but the live-action, like Spider-Man character movies, they need to be done with collaboration with a studio that knows what they're doing. Like, again, origin movies for villains that don't need movies. Just have them in a Spider-Man movie. You can get their origin in a Spider-Man movie. They've done it many times. Why have you not tried to go back to that?
I see. They've even Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire. I swear I've heard somewhere that they wouldn't mind coming back and doing more Spider-Man films. That lot. So you've got all these different villains that you want to have. You can use the multiverse or whatever you want that lot. Yeah, just have them in. You need a Spider-Man with these characters in that lot. So if you can't get Tom Holland, that's it. Yeah. If you can't get him because he's stuck with MCU, fine. You've got two other Spider-Man people there in that lot. If you wanted to, even do a Miles Morales live-action one.
Yeah. I don't see why they haven't jumped on that.
Exactly a lot. How well Miles Morales did in Across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse. Oh, just use him.
In the games too, he is this generation's Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly a lot. You jump at the chance in that sort of thing because it's all inclusive in that line. You're just showing it out there to go, look, here he is. This will be our new Spider-Man. Tom Holland can be MCU Spider-Man. That's fine. You're always going about different universes and everything like that, not in the same parallel universe. Well, there's he is then. You have them as yours, and then just have all these villains in that lot. Have Morbius go up against Spider-Man. If you're doing a sodding new Doctor Octopus, have that go up against Spider-Man. That lot.
What can you do with that? You can't have a 2-hour movie with Otto, like, becoming Doctor Octopus, and who would be the villain in that? Like, you can't do anything with that. And you have a perfect origin for him in Spider-Man 2. But the Tobey Maguire movies, you have a perfect origin for him.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Exactly a lot. You just don't. You really don't a lot. And it's so frustrating to see them just plucking anything out of nowhere and just going, yeah, they'll be all right a lot. Just put them in. No worries about it. So surely somebody's got to see higher up as well. Now, like, it's like, look, guys, something's not right. Now, like, they're all clamoring for a Spider-Man, or they're all clamoring to be part of something bigger. Well, let's do it then. Let's do this and have one of the old guys come back in and stuff like that sort of thing. They're there. They're ready. They're willing to do it. And if they don't want to do that, then why don't you see how well? Like, see, let this year go by. See how well Deadpool 3 is going to be when Fox, obviously Fox has been bought out by Disney and Marvel and a lot. See how well that's going to be, which is going to be obviously amazing, as we can see. I then go, oh, actually, it might be worth just selling up and that lot sort of thing. Just sell it up. You get to Kevin Feige and that lot, and the Disney crew and Marvel crew and that lot, and they'll know what to do. They'll cherish the characters. They'll know how to run it properly, and they'll just go, right. They won't start again from fresh, but they'll go, right, you want all these villains in. Let's integrate it into the story properly. Let's work it into the narrative better. And
now I'm not 100% sure if this is all Sony's fault, but in Homecoming you tease Scorpion, and he hasn't come up at all.
yeah. No,
Like, I don't know if that was because it's a Sony production and Marvel Studios also, I guess, like, it's in their universe, but I don't know who's to blame in that, but you need to also deliver on things you've set up. And, like, I've got a video dropping on Friday
of
a tier list for the MCU. I talk about the amount of setups they've done and have not delivered on is insane.
And that's been Marvel's downfall. I'll say in the MCU's downfall for a while now. Like, nobody's mentioned the Celestial that's coming out of the bleeding water and that lot.
Black Knight.
Nobody's Black Knight. Nobody knows about what's happened with the rest of the Eternals. Star Fox.
Yeah.
Leading Thingy's brother, or stepbrother, or whatever it is, Thanos' stepbrother. What's happening with that? Where they all just disappeared? What's happening with Blade? Why has he just popped up talking to Kit Harington's Black Knight? You've got all these different things now. Like, it could be something we could talk about in another stream, actually. Yeah. I didn't think, I just thought that now. But it's just so frustrating, that lot. And like you say, I totally forgot about the Scorpion thing with in the first Spider-Man. I say that's another one. That would be a really good villain. But you'd be worried that Sony will go, oh yeah, that's another villain we can just do an origin story about and see how he's working with J. Jonah Jameson and stuff like that sort of thing. Surprising
no
an origin story about bleeding J. Jonah Jameson.
With no Spider-Man. And it doesn't work because he's someone J. Jonah Jameson hires to capture Spider-Man.
Exactly. It just, it's just frustrating. It really is frustrating, that lot. And I don't see the logic. Myself, I do not see the logic in it at all. No, there isn't. There isn't. It's all about money.
It is.
All about money. And they surely can see they're only breaking even. Some of them. It's just so bad. So bad.
So yeah, that's all the notes I've got for this. But I think we've definitely voiced our opinion on this.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just, they could do so much more. They really could, that lot. But yes, we'll leave it for today's live stream, that lot. I'd just like to say thank you very much, Nate, for coming along and having this therapy session with me.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it and talking about something a lot of people are actually talking about. I just see another comment from Res Talk.
Yeah. For Scorpion, what's the problem with this character? The actor, Sony or Marvel Studios? We don't know. That's literally what we just said.
We don't know if that's 100% Marvel Studios' fault that they haven't brought him back, or if it's because Sony produces all the movies in collaboration with Marvel Studios, if they're the reason why Scorpion hasn't come back. And I could see if Spider-Man's going back to street level for like his next like trilogy or whatever, I think that's the perfect opportunity for him to come back. But who knows what they've got. Like, Amy Pascal has probably forgot about the character by now.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Kevin Feige's like, Scorpion, like Scorpion.
Yeah,
Amy's like, what?
But so that would be a perfect, if they're going, like you say, street level with Spider-Man out there, you have him break out of that prison, get J. Jonah Jameson to get him and go, right, now nobody knows who Peter Parker is, go and hunt him down, go and find out who he is and that lot. Yeah, exactly that lot. It'd be so much easier, so much have that ground level thing with these characters and that lot. It'd be so good, so good. But yes, we don't know. We don't know without character and that lot. It'd be good to see him in, because I just imagine a Scorpion suit in the MCU. It'd be so
Oh,
good in that
there's
lot.
another one.
Sorry I'm late, but have you already talked about the return of Kang and the Avengers movies?
So,
Not in this one.
not in this one, but it looks like Kang is probably not happening anymore.
Yeah, but that is quite a good segue actually, because if you join us next week on our live stream, a friend, good friend Nate here, has got a amazing. I don't know.
I'm not going to give
how
away
can you
the
describe
title, but there was a rumor that came out right after. Again, this always happens right after we finished our stream a couple weeks ago. That actually sounded really cool, and I've made it's not a script, but it's like what I could see this potential Avengers 5 being with what this rumor entails. So if you're interested, then next week that's where you're going to get to find out what's going on with what I've got planned.
Yeah, definitely join us next week, because Nate will talk about the whole Avengers 5 and everything, the deletion of Kang and everything like that sort of thing. So yeah, definitely join us next week. That'll be a really interesting one. So I know bits, but I'm not going to say what bits, but I'm just as excited as you lot to watch what Nate's brought up with us, because I've always said on this like Project December, and I like Nate is the mind of anything that we come up with some of these stuff like that. So he just knows amazing amounts of work and that lot. So I'd always recommend going subscribing to him, listening to what he's got, because he's just a fantastic mind, all of this and that lot. So yeah, look forward to next week, because yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good.
It's going to be long too. So it's like 11 pages of notes I've got. So it's really really cool though.
Yeah, we'll look forward to really deep diving into that lot. But yes, I'll probably end it just there. So, my friends, today we have an extra episode of Lego Marvel coming out on the episode today. So check it at 7:30 UK time as normal, and on Friday we have the latest installment of Marvel Mad. Oh, a cliffhanger! I'll be there.
Awesome. Looking forward to seeing
That's what we
that.
like to hear. That's what we like to hear, my friend. But yes, this Friday we'll have another Marvel Mad Does Fortnite as well, with myself, Shane, and Jack as well, as one of the founding fathers of Marvel Mad. We will have a Fortnite matches as well. It's going to be chaotic as anything, but I look forward to you seeing that one, as well as Lego Marvel tonight. Have you got anything coming up on the channel, Nate, your end?
I've got a video dropping on Friday. It's just me going through an MCU tier list, sharing my thoughts on each project all the way up to Echo at this point. Yeah, that's all I've got right now. And yeah, just watching X-Men 97 as well. If anyone hasn't watched it yet, it came out today. It's awesome. So I'm looking forward to watching the second episode for that.
Myself, I've watched both episodes now a lot, and there will be I'll be doing a short of that soon, just to say my thoughts about the second episode now a lot. But when the season is over, myself, I will have a review of it up on my channel, and I'm sure we'll probably get together and talk on a stream later down the line about what we both think about it as well now eventually. But yeah, definitely go and check out X-Men 97, because if you're as old as me, you'll love it. But yes, I'd just like to say thank you very much again, Nate. Thank you very much, for friend, for coming along, and we will all see you next time on another episode of Project Assemble. See you next time, my friends, and goodbye.